Hey everybody, and welcome to, well, this is a match that I had this weekend at Sparetime. So let's get the scoreboard, the boxes up. Sparetime Recreation had a little bit of a frosty problem. Their heating unit had actually died, and hopefully the audio of this comes through good. I'm bowling against Lou, and it's nippy out there. Um, I think Matt DePiro and his kids are bowling over there in lane 4, but we got Lou starting out here, right on lane 7. Sounds a bit echoey to me, but that might just be my own setup, so I'm not going to sweat that too heavily. Turn that down a bit. You guys can tell me if anything's wrong. If you're watching, say hello. I'd love to chat with you. Lou starts out on the head pin, a little thin. Has a great split, but great wood too. And that's going to do it. So let's clip that, give a replay test, make sure it's performing well, which it sure looks to be the case. Great. We'll put that up there. We'll get this on here so we can see the scoreboard as Lou starts out. Pretty much about as good as you can. So, opening salvo is a spare, picking up the 7-8 split. Then on the fill ball. Oh, push the post. No. One good split deserves another, unfortunately. So he's on the head pin, a little thin. Leaves the triangle 3 and the 7 over to the side. Nice piece of wood there to kind of extend the range, and he's just gonna nip the 6 enough to make it wobble and drop. So let's see how we do here with a cleanup.
Yep.
Oh,
Beautiful ball.
tell you, that's a friggin' gorgeous 10 box. Take the audio out of here so I can keep up with how the stream looks. 26 through 2. Lou normally bowls out of Central Park lanes. I got to bowl against Fernando last year, so this is my first shot getting to bowl with Lou. Big fan of both of those kids. So Lou's going to be off to the left. He's going to chop out the left wing, get a little spinning and mixing. He's left with the 1, the 5, the 8, the 10. Some interesting wood over there to the right that maybe he can get into play here. And that one's just going to squeak to the left and punch out the 8. So let's see if he can blow up what's left here. Oh! And unfortunately unable to trip the 5 pin. Sparetime is notorious for what feels like heavy pins. I can't really explain it. I've bowled there probably only about a half dozen times, so I'm certainly not super familiar with the house by any means. But it really feels like the pins are made of lead. Like you'll hit a pin with a piece of wood near it, and it just kind of brings it to a stop. Lou back on the head pin, and unfortunately for him, that is 3 for 3 with splits. This time leaving the 3, the 4, and the 6. Let's see if you can send one over here. Oh yeah! Gets the pop off the wall and takes it.
Surprised the wall worked for you.
I would do that much more frequently at a place like Millis, where the sidewalls feel a little more active than they do here at Sparetime, but he managed to get it to kick. Second spare of the match here in the early goings. Let's see if he can fill this one. Had a 6 on his first.
Big. Get that corner.
And he's going to do better than that. Rocks the head pin, gets a couple of leaners, and is left with just a 9 fill and the 7 pin and a plank that is not going to stop. Maybe if the place was a little warmer. I think the cold plates are letting bowling pins move a little where they probably would have stopped. Hey, Greg, how are you? Lunchtime over there for you, or is it pre-lunch?
Boy.
Oh! Gets hosed by the wood on the sidewall. So let's see if you can just drill this single pin. Right on it. So just like that, Lou's in with a 64 opening half in our match against each other here at Sparetime, which I'm sure feels pretty darn good for him. 6:30 in the morning. Oof. Get some sleep. Bring up my stats as I get ready to fire away in the first. Already down 64 pins. And despite the place probably being about 50 degrees inside there, I had to wear shorts. It's my 7th match of the season. I'm going to start out cold. Everything but the 189. Some decent wood there, so I think if I can just pop the head pin, this should blow up easy for a spare. And I'm going to rip it to the right. All right, Happy. Just drop one right down the middle. Let's see what I can do here. You know, I think if it was the summertime, we wouldn't be complaining about the heat not working in the building, but I think it gave up the ghost here in the early winter. I think overnight it did drop below freezing. I'll settle for a 10 bucks out of the gates, but I believe the owner is going to look at getting the heat fixed in the building today, on Monday. And hopefully things will be back to normal there for him. All right, second box. At least I found the head pin, 2 balls in a row. Leave the check mark on the left-hand side. I'm telling you, man, that's my league's bowling team name, the missing head pins, and there's good reason for it. I thought I had a shot at that, but I punched it out a little too straight back and didn't trip the 5. Let's see if I can drill the single pin. Nope. They don't charge us. They're actually with Sparetime. He's actually pretty good. You know, he's extremely reasonable. But yeah, it's tough when you run a shop like that, and you know your heater goes out or whatever, and then finding the people that can fix the old machinery you have and all that stuff. So hopefully he gets it going today. All right. Well, that's a little better. Hit the head pin. Sometimes good things happen. Kind of a weird pushing strike, but at least I've gotten that one there. Yeah, that's true. I totally left the king standing. Alrighty. Let's see if we can do anything with the strike. Well, first ball dropped 7. Pretty nasty split. I've got the 4, 6, 7. I know that seems scary, Greg. I don't fully know Australian to U.S. dollars, like what the conversion rate is, but I know that you're like I think it's $1.60 Australian to $1 American last. I think I do. No, I couldn't get it to pop over, so it'll be an 8 on the strike. I thought about taking out the 2 pins, but I really wanted to try to get the spare. Let's see if I can clean them up. And that'll be a 9 bucks. So those 2 9s are going to cost me $2. Every box that is not at least a 10 or a spare or a strike, I give $1 to Candlepins for Cancer to help them out this year for every one of my ACST matches. It's been expensive so far this year, so hopefully I can get a little hotter and save myself from going broke. Oof. All right. Well, hit the head pin, they say. It's good for you, right? So back-to-back splits. This time leaving a really weird one here with the 3, 6, 10, 7, 8. Having a little fun chatting with Lou about how I want to go for it. Right. I mean, it's early going, right? 7 out of 18, but I am in first place in my division. So I'll take that. Oh, and that went a little faster and a little cleaner than I thought it was, but I'll take the spare and sit down. 56 plus of the ball, trying to keep myself in this match here with Lou early on. Great kick. Oh, I like that. All right, so we're going to switch the scoreboards to the other side. Lou's getting ready to fire away. I'm going to show the string until he starts to move. See if we can. Oh, that's not him. That's me. Let's bring up him.
Boom! Take it, take it!
All right, he gets a little push off the back wall there. Saves himself, breaks up the split. A nice 7 drop. He's got a great winged pickup. No. Sometimes it feels like it, but I am in a division with Matt Nichols, Tim Douglas, and Jeremy Seaholm, three dangerous bowlers. So believe me, I'm besides
Heck
myself
yeah.
that I'm in first place. I imagine it won't be long before they put me where I belong. Lou pulls that one a little to the left. Oh, and on the 10 he uses the wood. Probably shaking his head thinking he should have gone that way for the spare. I know he's like, I was thinking about it.
For the spare, like, part of me wants to, and I'm like, I just can't bring myself to do it when I got a clean shot.
We're sitting here picking on each other for it. It's good back and forth. I mean, I want whoever I'm bowling against to bowl as well as they can, so. Lou is in division, he's in a different division than I am. I'm in division 4 in the A. He's in division 3. I think he's near, he's only 32 and 52, so I don't think he's in first place, but that whole division's kind of off to a bit of a slow start. I think he's either in second or third in his division. Ooh, just off the head pin. I had to bowl his brother last year in the playoffs. I was bowling against him at Central Park Lane as Lou picks up yet another 10. I managed to snake by him by a few pins and then went on in the finals to bowl against Jim Hunter and just, I was awful. So my season came to an end against Jim Hunter in the same building. All right, with 3 to go, Lou's firing away. Oh, you see that one came, wow. This is what I'm talking about. The pins in this bowling alley just feel like they're heavy. As you can see, he just takes out the 247. So you can get right back at it. Across again. So now he's got the 1-5 and everything off to the right. Wants to keep this ball out there. Yeah, that's probably a bit of a safety ball, making sure you don't pull it across the head pin, but cleans up everything except it. It's a 993 with just 2 to go. I'm sure he'd like a mark or 2 here. It's hard. Like these pins in this lane. Oh, look at this go! Both of you. There you go. Just like that, shuts us both up. Picks up the strike. Lose first of the match. So after struggling, he's sitting here now with 103, 2 fill balls. No, you can't be afraid, but when you go to the left side on that one and leave an army up on the plate, you kind of feel like it's an oopsie. Working on the fill. That one's going to stay out to the right. Take out the back right triangle, so let's get one right into the meat here. JB, how you doing, buddy? Oh, and that's kind of the way that Sparetime plays. You get across that head pin. If your ball's turning away from the pins just are strong. They'll push it away. So just 7 on the spare, and he's gonna chop one out. So on the strike, sorry. It'll be a 118 for Lou, which certainly nothing shabby about that at all. Good opening string here. And yeah, I find myself in a bit of a hole I'm gonna have to climb out of. Get the stats out of the way as I do my old man stretches. But yeah, it was nice and chilly there. I don't know that it made a huge difference to me once you start bowling, but I do think that, I've got these little tiny baby hands, and I think I was having a hard time really holding onto the ball as much as I needed to. But it was equal. He had to deal with the cold as well, but it was certainly a great time to bowl. And what a fill on the spare, folks. Look at that beautiful 3. It's part of the fun of it, Greg. It's, always seems so simple until you actually try to do it. Almost got it. Shaved all the cheese, but couldn't find a way to hold on for the post there. Everything but the 7. That's tough, but it's a good ball. And that's not going to get it. You can see by my... I knew the minute I let that one go, I had no chance. So, great. Turn that spare into a 22 for 2. And another $1 for Candlepins for Cancer. So 68 through 6. I need 50 in 4 boxes to get a tie here. 51 in 4 boxes. So a pair of marks at least. And that drop is not going to earn it to me. Right out, taking out the back left triangle. So hopefully I can get right back on the noggin. Haven't found the head pin on this lane yet. Not even close on that last one. Jeez, still no head pin. Not feeling right in my slide. Do a little tap dance. Oh no, there we go folks. The missing head pins live on display. Another $1 for Candlepins for Cancer with a 9 box. Nah, cancer, you know, anybody that's going to do a charity for cancer is it's close to my heart and family and life, so yeah, I got to go that way. Sorry, Greg. Hey, there we go, a head pin and a pretty solid one. Just couldn't get that 4 to drop, but that's a lovely plank out in front of it. This shouldn't jinx myself, but this should be a spare, right? Sure is. I don't know where the ball went, but that's not my problem. All right. So 87 plus a ball? No, I'm sorry to hear that. My mom's still alive, but, you know, my dad and most of my grandparents and many friends and everything growing up. So, yeah, I've got a pretty deep hatred of cancer. All right, let's see if we can do better than a 3 here. What the hell is that? Wow. Welcome to Spare Time, folks, where you can throw a ball and knock out the 3, 4, 5, 9, 10. Beautiful piece of work that is. Two chances to get to it. I think if I had just gotten the head pin a little more, that should have been a spare, but that's on me. I missed. That pin almost came and got it off the wall, though. Shooting for the 10. There it goes. So I'm going to need a mark here. A mark and my second biggest fill of the game. Needing 16. Otherwise, I drop the first 2 points of the match. ACST matches, for those of you who do not know, it's a 5-string head-to-head match with no handicap pins. I'm going to punch out the half Worcester on the left. Each string you win is worth 2 points. If it's a tie, each bowler gets 1 point, and the total pinfall is 4 points to the winner, or 2 each if it's a tie. No. Oh, come, get it! I didn't even know it was coming that live time, but oh man, that almost had enough juice to get there, huh? Oh, rats. Well, there we go. Lou wins the first one because I am a bad bowler. I don't know. No, he bowled well. 118 to 112, both of us with 3 marks. Lou, basically, if you look at it, he filled with a 6, a 9, and a 7. I filled with an 8, a 3, and a 5, and I would argue that that right there is the difference in the game. So I'm trailing 2-0. Lou moves to 34 and 52, and I'm now at 70 and 16. But we'll get this out of the way as Lou fires away in string 2. Oh, the half Worcesters are contagious. Bring up his stats real quick. Now, Lou hasn't bowled as many matches as I have. He's only bowled 6. Actually, we both have bowled 6. I take it back. He has 14 strikes, 75 spares, 73 tens, and a perfect box rate of 54.
Right back.
Ugh, that's a tough break. You got to be on the head pin there after the half Worcester, but sometimes it's, you know, if you're too high, you're going to punch right through like that. That's a solid out. Get the check mark at least, give it a chance to run for the 2. So opens up with just an 8. As you can see at the bottom there in the middle, he holds on to a 14-pin lead for the total pinfall and an 8-pin lead. You know, so far through the string, he's only thrown the 1 box. So those scores and boxes should colorize based on who's in the lead. And Lou gets some mixing. I don't know if that's going to be good or bad. He started out the match with the 7 and the 8 with a split. Now he's got the 9 and the 10. I do like the wood, but when you have you get a double set like that, you never know. Oh, clean. Absolutely. Didn't screw him over. So just like that, Lou's got his first mark of the second. Such a simple, clean motion, three-step approach. It's just a great style of bowling. Ugh. After that beautiful job picking up a split, he's rewarded with another as he goes full eagle. That's tough. That's tough. It really defines just how challenging this game can be. Oof. He's going to just pop out the 2. Larry! What's going on, big fish? Saw you had some good scores this weekend. And your triple strike. Wow, he almost got it. He almost got it. That's a 9, but that's a good 9. I mean, especially you got it in your head after you just punch out one pin like that. You just don't want to punch out one more pin on the other side. So that's a great 9. 31 through 3. He's got 2 to go here. Hopefully he can set on a couple of marks.
Get a corner. Come on. Wrong corner.
That ain't right. So he gets the 3rd split in a row. This time leaving the 2, the 6, the 3, the 6, and the 7 all the way over to the left. He's got that great piece of wood in between, maybe to help it. See if you can shoot it over there.
Show me.
Oh!
Thought you had it.
Just behind that pin. I actually did, Larry. Hope you did as well. I made a turkey again Sunday for kids and family stuff like that, and Lou's unable to get around that one, so it'll be a 9, 40 through 4. So yeah, got a whole bunch of leftover turkey upstairs. And probably eat some today, and then either do soup, stew, whatever. Plenty of leftovers. Makes me happy. All right, Lou, looking to sit on a mark here. All right. Goes across the head pin. This time the ball hangs in a little better. Leaves himself the diamond 3. And that ball is, it's like when I did the check mark. It's good for the outside, but doesn't get you to the 5. So kind of a tough break there. See if you can pick up the stick in the heart. And that's going to tail to the right, so just a 49 opening half. A chance for me to come out and get a good start. 4 out of 5 on the head pin with 3 splits. Single spare. So far through 15 boxes, he's had 10 out of 15 on the head pin with 6 splits total. Bring up my numbers as we get ready to shoot away here. And I'm going to rip that one past the head pin. Certainly not been, I don't know, just not been targeting well. Little hop on the floor. Interesting. All right, the 1-5 and everything left of it.
There it is.
Had to get a little help off that far wall, but I'll take it. Opening up with a spare. You know, if you do the hand pumps up there, you're gonna give that pin all the energy it needs to get there. Working on the spare. A little thin coming across. Leave the inverted triangle, the 4, the 5, and the 8. I know I need to get this wood pretty far to the right. I don't think if I hit it on the stripe, it's going to carry over to the 4 pin, but I'm afraid if I hit it too far right, I'm just going to pull it around the 5 pin. And I pretty much missed that. I pulled that way more right than I wanted to, and prove myself right as I take the guy right out of the back. So now just the 4 and the 5. Am I going to shoot the 4? I'm going to shoot the 5? My own fault. I didn't stop and think and pick a pin. I'm pretty sure of it. So, you know, you do the ADHD squirrel. Am I going to throw it the 4, the 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, and then just right through for the field goal. Not worth any points here, so I'll take the 8 box, 25 through 2. And that one stays outside, so off the head pin again, this time leaving the 4 horse down the right-hand side, the 7 pin all by itself over there. Man, you really can send that head pin just right out of town here. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. Head pin only. Oh! 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 Well, that's 3 bad balls. Maybe not. The second one at least hit what I was aiming at, just real solid. I'll have to struggle through a 7 box, and just like that, even with a mark, I'm in a good fill. I'm giving away all those pins. I'm at 32 after 3. Hopefully I can get myself sorted out here. That's a start. Back on the head pin, leaving the 6 and the 8. Piece of wood that's not really in the way, but it's enough to make you think I don't want to hit it. So you pull it right by it by just a smidge. Oh, there goes a blown spare opportunity. 3rd time's a charm, right? Just had to do that, you jerk. All right, it's a 10 box, 42. I have a 2-pin lead through completed boxes, which is what that COMP is over there on the right. And I need an 8 box to take the lead at the first half. Instead, I'm going to miss the head pin, punch through the 2 hole, and get a little weird backwards action. I'm left with the 1, 4, 7, and 9. So I kind of want to hit the 1 pretty solid and expect it to drive into the 4 and 7. Just couldn't get any love to that 9. Is it going to... Nope. Fell off without getting tripped over. Alright, so I want to kind of catch this guy flush on the cap, drive it back into that pin. Or just watch it ping pong around and... Oof. Alright, so just a 51.5 for me. Neither of us really blowing things up out of the gate here, but I do have a 2-pin lead in the string. I was trailing 6 coming in, so that's cut that down to 4.
Look at us fighting with mittens.
As Lou steps up to finish up his 2nd string. Lou's going to punch through the 3 hole, leaves the 4 horse down the left-hand side, the 6 and the 10 over there to the right. That's not nice. Right through the bunny hole. So same thing now, you get it in your head, you don't want to do it again. So you throw a little safety ball here.
Get it at least, all right.
Kind of fought his way to a 7 box. That's tough. But that is the beauty of bowling in a house. That's a little on the tough side. I don't know. I think it's pretty fair. Ooh, he's gonna just catch a bit of the head pin there as he comes across. Gets a great result here, leaving the triangle 3. And unfortunately, that one's going to come a little left and take out the 5 pin. So he's got the 3 and the 6 to clean up here for a 10. And I'll get get one out of the two. So a 9 box has him at 65 with 3 to go. I don't know if it's the cold of the place getting to us or just spare time being spare time. Those lanes can be tricky and tough. I had 3 open boxes in the first half, so another $3 for Candlepins for Cancer to go along with the 4 from the first string. Oh, that isn't nice. Wow. Right on the head pin, punches out the 1, 8, 9, and you see the 2 pin just kind of flop over to the side. So he's got the check mark on the right, and then the 4 and the 7 hanging on the left-hand side.
Get the check.
Ooh. Thought he might get it just off the 3 pin. It's now the 3, 4, 5, and 7, which just looks so weird out there. We'll get a pair out of it, so just an 8.
2 to go.
73 with 2 to go, so you know he definitely is thinking, I want some marks. After a 118 opening string, this is certainly a little behind that pace. There we go. This time a solid version, the same triangle, as he leaves the 3, 5, 6 again, triangle 3. Thank you, Craig. There it is. Finally get a mark. So let's put that up there as he picks up the smudge. 83 plus a ball through 9. See if Luke can drop a big fill on it here, get himself back over 100. You know, that's a good fill. I mean, it's a 7 drop, right? But the 7, 8, 9 are left standing. That's just not right. Maybe you can get nice and low. Camera goes a little crazy there. And unfortunately, he's just going to punch the 8 right out. I think my networking equipment might have been cold too. I wondered if he was going to try to play the wood out of the gutter and, you know, off the hanging out of the gutter there, see if he can get things to bounce out. But no luck. It'll be an 8 box and just a 98 for Lou in his second. So averaging a perfect 108 through the 2 of them. Again, 8 out of 10 on the head pin, but 5 splits kind of held him back. So through 2 strings, he's got 14 out of 20 on the head pin, but more than half of them it splits out of 8 out of 14. That's just not nice.
That's kind of what I like about it.
All right, so I'm stepping up, needing 48 to win the string, 54 to take the lead in the match. Struggling a little here, can't quite find my target. Missing things that I shouldn't be missing. And that'll continue as I drop out to the left there, leaving the 1, the 5, everything to the right side of it. Just watching that ball bounce right to the lane out of my hand. And a little short of the head pin there. This time on the right side, punching through the 3 hole. So the 1, the 6, and the 10 to clean up. Oof. Ouch. A 7 box. So chance to gain a couple of pins there, and I give him right back, along with another $1. The Candlepins for Cancer. $8 so far. I'm gonna be poor by string 3. Just the opening spare and then a bunch of garbage. Half Worcester right as I continue to not know where the head pin is. Ugh, not happy with myself here. Gave it a good run, got everything spinning. That's kind of what you need to do there. You gotta go for that shot. And now just the 2 and the 5 to turn this into a 10 bucks. Hey, I hit something I was aiming for. All right, I got 1 pin up on him there. 10 to his 9, 68 with 3 to go. But I am up against a mark 7 in a couple of boxes, so I am gonna need a mark here. I don't want to start out 0 and 4. Back, back towards the head pin, and a great drop, leaving the 2 and the 5. Piece of wood in between them. So this is pretty much. This should be pretty automatic if I can just hit that 2 pin. If. There you go. I like the no doubters. It's a long day when you miss ones like this. That's for sure. I pop out the head pin and the double Worcester. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Oh my god. Look at this. I mean, the wood's great. 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Great wood. Put the ball in between the 2 and the gap and see what happens. This should go. Oh. I put it exactly where I wanted to. I put that exactly where I wanted to. Just, oh well. Oh well. What can you do, right? You gotta hit what you aim for. Saloon doors. That's a great name for that. I like it. Alright, got the stick for the 10 box. 93. I need a 6 to take the string. Saloon doors. That's pretty accurate because that's exactly what it was like, but oh, just couldn't get that 10 to go. Points for Larry. On the head pin a little light. I leave the diamond 3. See if that piece of wood, yep, that's right. Tell it to get over there. Cuddle up. No such luck. Alright, just the diamond. Oh, that's so good. So good. Right on it. I mean, you can't be any more spot on than that, right? Oof. Took the heart out of the diamond. See if I can. Oh, I wanted to try. I knew at that point in time, I knew I'd won the string. I was going at that, trying to get the 2 pins to cut in the lead a bit more, but I'll win 101 to 98. Cut the lead in half after I was trailing by 6 in the first one. So now I'm just trailing by 3 as we find our way into the 3rd string. And I'll get my stuff out of there as Lou gets up and takes his warm-up slide. Saloon doors. That's gonna make me laugh. I don't think, like I said, I don't think I've ever seen that left before, or at least not by me. Alrighty, Lou in string 3 is gonna hit the 3 hole and take out the check mark there. So he's got the 4 horse down the right-hand side, and then the 9 and the 10. Oh! Wow, hell of a shot at it. That ball just kind of found its way around the 4 pin. It's a great ball. And it'll stand up for a 9 box. I think at some point in time I go back and I look at, the way that my cameras are situated, and I realize I hadn't angled my bowler back camera down. I think I freeze things up at some point in time. So can't remember if it's the 3rd string or whatever, but bear with me, guys. We'll get there. Hey! Don't tell your boss, Lou. Don't tell your boss. All right, off the head pin here. He's looking at the 1, 3, 7, 8. No wood to really help. It's a tough shot at a place like this. Ugh. And he tears right through it, getting the 1 and the 8. So 3 and 7. Give it a shot. Make it fly. And drills that 3. All the rage. Pair of 9s, 18 through 2 starting out here. So as you can see, as Lou bowls his 5 boxes, the half and the match values go up. As I bowl, I try to chip back into him.
There you go.
Back on the head pin and leaves himself. CPL's famous Starlight 5 off to the right-hand side.
Nice ball.
Oh, yeah. That's a couple of times he's had the
These are
pins.
CPLs.
He's had like 2 pins falling nice in slow motion at the end. It's pretty cool. So Lou blows up the Starlight 5 there. First mark of the string in box 3. Hopefully he can get a decent fill. Oh. I think that's twice he's come off a spare and ripped some sort of an eagle out of this. This one taken out 158.
Be there. Oh, I thought you had a shot at her.
Takes out just the 4 and the 7. See if he can make something out of.
Oh.
Wow.
All right. Don't let it have any room.
That's just not right. Popping out just the 3 pin, has to settle for a 6 box. That's just not nice. Just not nice. Oh, what a comeback. Put that 6 out of your mind. Head to the seats sitting on a hammer. That's a good one, too. So, 47 plus a pair for Lou. And again, my replay is kind of going super slow-mo. I don't know why. The second strike of the match. As I get ready to try to play catch-up. Open up the kaboom box. Yeah! Woo, look at that ball. Pull it all the way over to the right. Take out the back triangle 6 like an idiot. And continue to miss over to the right. Oh, jeez. 2 balls into it, and I still need to shoot down the left-hand lambda, the 1, 2, 4, and 8. Hey, man, I'm all for the free steal movement. Thanks, Steve. I appreciate it. I have I have a great time picking on myself. I can say whatever I want to harass myself, and I can't get mad at myself for it. Oh, what an ugly start. All right. Wiggling, neither one's going to drop, but if you're going to throw a split, that's the kind of split you want to throw. I mean, look at this. We have the 3 and the 4. We have 2 sticks in front of it, so this is almost automatic. Again, just hit the 3 pin. Boom. Watch that one again. See if my slow motion is normal speed or if it's... Yeah, it still seems to be... I don't know. Doing its thing. I'll take the spare. We'll put that in there and see if I can start to fill a mark. Oh, there we go. And that's a good setup. I mean, look at this. Now we've just got a solid 4 pin, a great angled plank in front of it. Anywhere from the red line on that pin to the high side, this should go. I mean, probably even on the low side, but stay to the left. And there we are. Up nice and high. Drive into the pit. Just like that. 2 quick spares. Much needed. 19 bucks. 37 plus a ball here. And I'm going to slide out to the left. Leave myself a nice wing, a 1-3-6. So obviously in this one, you just want to drop it in between the 1 and the 3. Let it clean itself up. There you go. I think for the first time all match, got a little bit of a run there. 3 marks in a row. 54 plus a ball. Gonna make Lou have to work to play catch up. Well, I'll take that. A bit of a weird release on that ball. kind of came up short and let it happen backwards. So both of us are going to sit on a mark. Both of us sitting on strikes. Unfortunately for Lou, I'm at 74 plus a ball. He's at 47 plus a ball. I think Lou had the bigger kaboom than I did, though, Larry. Mine was kind of like a shot, a weird stop, and the ball just kind of got lucky. Oh! Lou off the head pin, gets a good kick off the back wall, but what a crap job that one is. Look at that. That's the 7-9. That's a split without hitting the head pin. Can he catch that stick? Ooh! Good ball. I think I would do the same thing, hit that front wood, see if I can make it work, but unfortunately for him, it just doesn't quite get to that 7 pin. And he'll sneak on by it for a 9 box, but a 9 fill on the strike. He's at 65 through 6 after having a couple of rough breaks there in the first half. Unfortunately, I've put up a pretty good start, so we'll see how this goes.
Boom. Find the corner.
On the head pin light, and that second kick didn't quite work out the way he'd planned. It takes out the 5 and the 6, but 7, 9, 10. He does have that angled piece of wood there over to the left, so.
Kick.
I get the feeling he probably wanted to hit that a little harder than he did. Just kind of nipped the corner of it. You kind of hope you can, hit it hard enough to bounce off of it and get over to the 9 or the 10. And he launches that 9 pretty good. It almost looked like he did a little tap dance, wondering if he could cut it to the 10. Alrighty, so it took him 2 boxes, but he caught up to where I was through 5. Obviously, he needs a couple of smudges here. That's the way to get him. Come on, push it. Ooh. Almost got a second strike in the string there. But, again, one of those no-doubters. He's got the wood in front. Kind of extends the target area from about 6 inches to about 2 feet. And I think he needed every last bit of that. I think he caught the cap of that up high. Whoa. Tense moment there for Lou. 84 plus a ball through 8.
Get in there.
And he's come up the ladder. No. Off his mark, but no worse for the wear. He gets a 7 drop out of that. The 1-3-6 to pick up a nice little 3-pinner. 91 through 8. Oh! Came across, and it's tough at spare time. These pins are just heavy. That pin just wrapped around it and didn't take down the 6. Ah, just like me, throws the seeing eyeball that finds its way between the wood and the pin for a 9 box. 100 with a single box to go. So hopefully you can mark one up here in the 10th. Must be string 4. Mine decides to take a nap. Gonna come across to the left, blow out the 2-4 pocket. He's left with the 1, the 3, the 6, and the 9 behind it. It's called what some people call the lambda on the right.
Blow it.
Oh, absolutely crushes it. Beautiful spare in the 10th. Lou isn't done yet. Good for him. Alrighty. Let's see if you can get a decent fill out of this. 110 plus this ball. And he's going to settle for 5. Clearly he doesn't have to shoot, so 115 after opening 118, then flipping down to 98. He comes back with a 115, so that's a pretty solid opening here. 331 through 3. 19 out of 30 on the head pin. 11 out of those 19 were splits. 2 strikes, 7 spares. And now I think needing 42 pins, including a strike fill. I just need to keep the ball on the lanes, but I certainly don't want to stop throwing here. This is a heck of an opening start to a string. Sitting at 74 plus 2 balls. And I realize that I should probably change my scores to show that.
Oh.
And
That's the threshold, huh?
that's the threshold, huh? Oh, no double. Look at that. Oh, that was hit pretty good. I thought that would have been good enough to wrap it down, but nope. All right. Oh, no. Hot streak comes to a screeching halt as I decide I don't want to take the easy spare. I probably could have played the wood to the side. I could have hit the pin, but instead I just suck. Oh, there it is, a 10 bucks. So 93 through 6. Let's get a couple of marks here. Make this a good number. No, you're not robbed when you miss it. Ah, that sucks so bad. That's 5 in a row. That's all sorts of good things, and I just piss it away. And enter the chop zone, as Drew would love to call it. 4 horse down the right-hand side, 6 and 10. I believe Lou had left this earlier. This is the one he bunny holed. Oh, yeah. Well, you got to hit him right?
Oh.
My turn to bunny hole the same damn shot.
I think that's exactly.
Oh, I was thinking about it too. And I really, you got to just, you want to clip that just right. And here's where my, oh, yeah, perfect time to freeze up. So I apologize. You're going to watch this amazing pose by me for the next few boxes before I realize that my bowler back cam had frozen. And I punch out the head pin. Oh, I'm so disappointed. So disappointed. It'll be a 5 box. All right, let's watch here. All right, so thank God for pin cams, right? So just as Lou had finished his string, leaving the clear he left, I now in box 8 have started out with it. Listen for the bowling. Oh! Punching out the head pin a little solid, getting the 9 to go with it, but now just having to clean up. This looks so goofy. And I know I'm here for a couple of boxes worth of chatter until I went back and noticed that it was screwed up. And I'm glad I noticed it when I did. But look at that, a 10 box. So I think what happened is I didn't want to let you guys see me throw away a really good first half, right? 83 through 5, and here I am 10, 5, 10, just blowing it. Well, maybe not so much. Is this going to be the worst looking replay ever? 10 seconds. 10 seconds of waiting for the strike. Oh, there it is. There's my amazing replay. Tech fail. All right, so 118 with a pair in the 9th. See if we can do anything here in the 10th. And then hopefully get off my ass, get back there, and notice that the camera's frozen up. I don't know if we bumped the table or what happened. Gonna be off the head pin. Leaving the 1, 2, 4, and 8, the lambda on the left-hand side. Just gotta drop it in there, right? Shouldn't be too bad. There it goes. Right through the nose. So a 7 on the strike, 125, and a chance to make this a 135. Oh, I said something, I heard myself laughing, and that ball is just going to go right out into the ocean. So it's a 132, not what I was hoping for, but that's going to give me the match lead. As I take it away from Lou there with a 17-point lead, 17-point win. I am up 4 points to 2, 345 to 331. And I do know that at some point in time I get this camera fixed out. I think it's only a box or 2 in there, so hang on and you can stop looking at my... The bowling alley was so cold, I froze, literally. But yeah, within a box or 2, I think I notice it and I fix it and I get us back on. So hang on one moment. And Lou's going to start out the second, firing over there. You just have to wait for the magic bowling ball to show up in that tiny little box up there. Sorry, folks. Starts out with an eagle. Oh. Gonna punch out the 4-pin. Anytime you punch out the 4-pin, you know what's next. You're gonna punch out the 6-pin. See how he does here. Oh no. I was only half joking, but he took out the 10 instead, so opens up with a 6 box, which obviously isn't the way that you want to start. And hopefully before long, I will find and reset that camera. But until then, I'm still frozen at spare time. Oh, catch it!
Wow.
Off the head pin. Gets the Millis 8 there as everything wraps around, and that pin almost came out and got the head pin. I thought it was going to catch it, but it looked like it hopped up on the... Oh. Unfortunately, he chops the head pin off of the pair there, so just the 3-pin. I know I find this camera. I know I do. And I'll shave it for the 10 bucks. 16 through 2 for Lou. I think at this point in time I've got Tim Brayton, Alfred James showing up because they're getting ready to do the Tournament of Champions. I told them they could use my streaming equipment. I'm like, oh great, here's my streaming equipment freezing up on you. But we will get it back. Hang with me. As Lou's back on the head pin. Interesting split. So he's got the check mark over to the left. He's got this plank out in front. He's got the 10 post over to the side. So get it on the low side, right side of the red. Carry it. Yeah. Just enough. Gets the spare. We'll watch a weird replay once again as I unfortunately have my frozen ass in the way. Blows it up well. I think that's the camera shake of me realizing the camera's frozen. So hopefully within a little bit I'll reset the camera. And my frozen carcass will be out of the way. Alright, working on the fill. Oh, I robbed Lou out of a strike. I'm a horrible human being. As he throws a nice 20 bucks here in the fourth. 46 plus a pair. Hey, great, just in time for you not to see his strike. That one's going to get off to the left-hand side, punch through the 2. He's got the 1, the 3, and the 6 as we're back in full normal camera motion here. Oh, no love. Catches the head pin a little thin on the other side, and yep, this is when I noticed, hey, I should probably angle this camera down a bit more so you can see our footwork. Lou's going to rip the wood out of there, but a 62 half. Fighting his way to get back at me and take the lead back. Lou 22 out of 35 on the head pin. 13 of the 22 are splits. 3 strikes, 8 spares. So I got to catch up to 62. I need 49 to get my match lead back, and 63 to get to catch up for the half. And it all starts here. I don't hate that. I mean, it's on the head pin. It's a yucky split, but again, I've had some pretty favorable wood so far today, and this is no exception. Just drop it out there and push it across. Or catch the cap and get lucky as all hell. What happens on this one? I still don't even understand, watching it in the replay, how that pin. Oh, and the game gives it back to me, right? Candlepin giveth, candlepin taketh away. Right through for my first spread eagle of the day. I'm telling myself, shoot, the left-hand wing. All right, I did. Now you just want to go for the Pro 10. Take down the right wing. I actually thought I was, I was trying to cut the left into the right, but obviously not good enough for that. And there you go. Yeah. They give you an eagle and you earn that 10. That's a victory. All right, 24 through 2, but obviously I'm up against a couple of big boxes here. Oof, got away with a thin one. Get out of there. All right, just a 10 pin. Nice and easy, right at it, no problem. Pick up the spare. Or just be a schmuck and annihilate the pin in the gutter and settle for a 9 box. That's because I really wanted to give another $1 to Candlepins for Cancer. All right. Let's see if you can come back from that 9. Boy, that's a great fill, huh? 4 for 4 on the head pins. Again, I don't hate this. 4, 6, 10, but great wood there against the 4. If I can hit the 4 and just hit the 4, and this should be a winner. Or not. Punch out the 10 pin. Got the 4 and the 6. Still got that wood there, so I'll get a second chance to make myself really feel bad. Oh, look how easily that would have gone. It's a 10 box, 43, trailing by 9. No, trailing by 11, I take it back, through current boxes. But, yeah, this is going to be hurting. Need a mark here. All right, stayed on the head pin for all 5. I don't, you can see me looking at it here, I don't like the doubled up wood. You never know exactly, especially at Sparetime, it's hard to tell how your ball's going to deflect. So I want to get up on this a little to the right of that red stripe and very heavy. There we go. All right, so despite a pretty annoying half, as I've slowed down my instant replay by doing what I just did, sorry folks, it'll be 53 plus a ball, so things could have been a lot worse. I'm going to switch the scoreboards around as Lou comes up here for his second half. That's not a bad ball, but it's just a crap leave. It's the setback, everybody's favorite. The shot that never goes, according to Bob Lee. It's the 4, the 5, the 7. He's got a piece of wood. Maybe you can get out to kick it. And it just ends up taking the 4 and the 7 back into the pit. All right, just the king. And it'll stand as a 9 box, 71 through 6. That's actually a pretty decent pace for Lou. It's a little bit behind his 118, but it is ahead of his 115 pace, though he had a couple of marks late in that string. This one's going to come into the chop zone over to the left, punching out the 2, the 4, and the 7. So he's got the 1, the 5, everything to the right of it, and the 7 post. No wood to help him. Oof. Straight through the heart, taking out the 1 and the 5, gets the 9 and the 10 to go. So 3, the 6, and the 7. See if you can send the 3. Nice try.
You might steal it.
Be a $9. 80 through 7, still 10 above par. I'm sure he'd love another mark. Or 3. Uncharacteristically, off the head pin twice in a row for Lou, this time punching out the 2-4 pocket, leaving the 4 horse down the right-hand side.
Run it!
Oh, I'm telling you, the 4 horsemen at Sparetime is really, really hard. Like, it's just, I'm convinced the pins are just a little heavier than they should be. Unfortunately, couldn't get it to stay in there for the 10 pin, which he picks up for the 10 box. So, still 10 above par, just 2 boxes to go, 90 through 8. Late in string 4. Match is still anybody's match. You know, certainly not blowing him out of the water.
Boom!
There's a good ball, but another rotten leave. So far, Lou's only had 5 head pin hits in this string. 4 of them have been splits, the other one being the strike.
Send it.
I'm not sure if he was trying to catch the cap of that wood to send it into the 10, but unfortunately I think he got a bit too much of it and just took out the 8. So the 4 and the 10 stand. And there goes the 4. Always getting pins, 99 through 9. So obviously looking to sit with a big box here. And give me something to chase. Again, the bowling alley is a bit cold, giving us something to fuss with a bit. And he's going to be off the head pin there, leaving the 1, the 2, the 4, and the 9 sleeping behind it to the right. Ooh, he's going to come across the head pin here, punch through the 2, take out the 2 and the 9, and just needs the 1 and the 4. He cleans up one of them for a 108, so through his 4 strings, Lou's got a 118, a 98, a 115, and a 108, so he's averaging 111.7 through his 4 strings. 24 out of 40 on the head pin. 15 of those 24 have been splits, 3 strikes, 8 spares. And I'll get this out of here as I try to chase him down. I'm sitting at 53 plus a ball, needing 56 total to take the string. Sitting on a spare. I'm having a hard time finding a crap fill again. Just 5. All season long I've been really pretty good about filling marks, and today I'm just way off. Just 6.1 on spares. Leaving the Cleary right. Leaving the 4 horse, Cleary left, and then the 4 horse left. As I take out the 9 pin. All right. Run down the horseman. Oh. Wonderful 7 box. 65 through 6, finding myself trailing 6 through completed boxes. So I will need at least 1 mark and a better than average fill to take this string. Wow. Uh-oh. Right on the head pin, everything but the king pin. It's got a double stack to its left. I've got a big plank out front at the lip. This has all the makings of a screw job.
Oh.
Yep. It's hard when you have the wood. Like, I knew I couldn't drive it straight back. Oh, that That just sucks always to Sunday. When your pin is right up against the lip, one of the things that happens in candlepin is because your ball has that little fraction of an inch of air, it changes the dynamics of how you hit pins, where you hit pins, and how they travel. When the piece of wood is jammed up against it, it changes how you're hitting it and how the spin goes, and just rough. And then I'm back on the head pin again, leaving this wonderful 2-7-10 split. But again, a great piece of wood. Look at this piece of wood off to the side of the 2, right? Just kick it out there a little to the left of the 2 pin, let it give the 2 the angle into the 10. Jesus. I don't know what happened. To me, that looked like a great shot. This is just going to go. No. I even put it where I think I was supposed to put it. So Lou's asking if he wants me to clear the wood. I'm like, no, I'll just shoot at the 10 and take the 9 box. So with just 2 to go, trailing by 6, 84 to 90, in desperate need of a mark. And I know it. I know I need a mark. I've been on the head pin. I've been splitting left, right, and center. I've been on the head pin. I've been splitting left, right, and center. God. 6, 7, 10. The wood's on the wrong side of the lane. You want the wood like that all the way over by the 6 and the 10. Part of me wonders if I can get outside of that front piece of wood and maybe catch the side of the cap and send it over to the 610, but I just don't. Ooh. I went at it right. I just off by a sliver. Really thought I had a shot at shaving that. Obviously with that piece of wood, it's closer, but I just missed that 6 pin. I should have shot it that way. Bounce it off the wood, up into the ceiling, have it come back and take out the 6 and the 10 for me. I should have planned on that. Well, it's a 10 box. I'm trailing by 5. I must mark in the 10th to win the string. Jesus. 9 out of 10 on the head pin, 6 splits. Hit the head pin, folks. Hit the head pin. It's good for you. Looking at the 4, the 6, and the 10, there is a piece of wood in front of the 6 and the 10, but I mean, you got to try it, right?
Wow.
Yes! Wow. Been a while since I've seen a piece of wood completely clip in and kick a pin sideways like you needed. Holy cow, what a much needed spare. Huge split conversion. And just to make it better, another head pin, another split. It won't show up on the stats. But that's an 8 drop, and that's going to give me the 112. Oh, and I'm gonna silly just slow ball it down. A 112, 108 win in string 4. That huge. Thanks, Larry. That split cover was huge. I think when I did that, I actually heard Lou smash his head off the desk because that's a tough break to lose a string. But on the other side, it's a hell of a spare to win one. So I'm up 6 points to 2. I have an 18 pin lead as we go into string 5. And Lou's going to start out off to the right, leaving the 1-5, everything to the left. Thank you, buddy. Give you the big heart for that. All right. Lou looking to clean up the 1-5, everything to the left, and that's going to go right into the 4 pin. Let's see what he can make out of here. And it gets kind of tricky when you take out like a 4 pin in that because that's a good out. 4 pin's kind of really crucial to helping you get the bounce off of pins to pick up every pin that's on the plate. And as you can see there, he just couldn't get anything to help him back into the 5 pin. But it's a 9 box to open up the 5th string.
Stay up. Don't go down.
Stay up. Don't go down. So Lou had done the Starlight 5 on the right side earlier. Now he's got it on the left. That 2-pin was wiggling. I don't know if it went down. You never know. Like, I think you get a better chance shooting at the 5 than the 4. And unfortunately, that one's going to stick to his hand a bit and end over into the 10. So now he's just got the diamond 2 to clean up. Ah, this time a little thin. Everything but the 4-pin. So another 9 box. Pair of 9s. He's at 18 through 2. As we fight here in the final match of the final string of the match. Final match of the string.
Boom.
There you go. All right.
Give him something to play with.
I don't know if I like that better with or without the 5-pin there, but the 5-pin turned into a pretty interesting piece of wood. He's got the 2 sitting up at the front of the plate. I think if that one keep coming. Yeah, you see me telling it. Shoot right. Shoot to the right. I want it to be to the right of that front stick.
Get up there. Yeah!
Yeah! I have people that ask me, like, you know, when I'm bowling against someone, like I'm bowling against Lou, I'm bowling against him. But, you know, you can see me back there, you watch me clapping and cheering. I am rooting for the person that I bowl against because as much as I need to beat the person, I want them to bowl well. I want them to, you know, it doesn't matter how many pins they knock down, it's still me against the pins. And he's going to follow up that spare with another head pin hit and another crappy split. He's got the 7 and the 9 with some interesting wood. I don't know where I'd go for it, but let's see. He's kicking it. No. Comes off the wall, but not enough. He gets a 7, but the 9's still standing. See if you can get the stick here. But yeah, I want whoever I'm bowling against to bowl well. I still want to beat him.
All right, one for the seats here.
That'll be a 9, 45 through 4. You know, but in the end, it's not like he can slide tackle me or whatever to prevent me from picking up a spare. It's me against the pins. It's him against the pins. If I can cheer him on, it keeps me in a good mood. So I legitimately root for whoever I'm bowling against. Off to the right, leaving the 1, 2, 4, and 9 without any wood on the plate. Any wood left at all. Nothing in the gutters, nothing. Just everything into the pit.
Push it.
Oh,
So hard here.
right through the heart, taking out the 1 and the 9. It's Jeremy C. Holmes said it best. At spare time, you have to be absolutely accurate. I believe him. Oh, uses the wall. Another positive half, 55 through 5. As I get my last turn on lane 7 here today. Normally when I stream out of spare time, I like to use lanes 8 and 9. But the Tournament of Champions folks, they wanted to use 7 and 8, so I shifted things over. Had to kind of use another table. I'd still prefer to be on, you know, an 8 and 9 pair or whatever. It just makes for a better setup and production. But 55 is the order. I need 56 to take the lead after the half. And I'm firing away. And that ball turned. Shop zone. Taking out the 3, the 6, and the 8. I've got the 1, 5, everything to the left. A little plank behind the 1 to try to help make this happen. Whoa! Or it's a magnetic plank because my ball went right at it. Ripped out everything in the back and just the 4-horse down the left-hand side. Yeehaw! 3 balls off to the right. Couldn't find the head pin. Shaking my head. You know, it's a close match. It's not like I have a huge lead here, and I need these pins. And in the back of my head, I've got a streak I want to keep going. Oof! Good thing I threw that ball down there to add a whole extra pin to help things reset faster. That's twice today I've seen a couple of pins topple over on 7. And again, the lanes are cold. They, you know, unfortunately had lost their heating unit the night before. Take the moment to give my balls a quick drink. which guarantees that this first ball I throw is going to rip over to the right side, which is great after I've just thrown 3 balls to the right. But having a tough time. Like I said, it's just a bit cold in there. I don't know if it's affecting my grip. Certainly not throwing quite as crisp as I should be. But in the end, that doesn't matter. Yeah! Good thing I took the time to do that. Punching out the half Worcester on the left. 4 balls into the string, and I still haven't hit the head pin. Five balls in, still no head pin. And oh, now looking at the teepee. I hate this. I hate this. Full Worcester's gone. You got 2 giant gaping holes and you don't want to hit any of them. Ah. Well, that's ugly. I found the head pin at least. 12 through 2. Yes, folks, Class A, folks, Class A. 12 through 2. What a giant steaming pile of... Never mind. We're back. Dude. Can't be mean to Lou. Not unless you're going to come bowl in here with us, Corrado. We'd love to see you doing it. Definitely a much needed strike there after the first couple of boxes of awful there. All right, so after the strike, 22 plus a pair through 3. Let's see what happens. Yep. A little off to the side, leaving the 1, 3, and 10. I got a brace sitting in there behind the head pin, so hopefully I can hit this right and drive it in. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that. Good little kick flip off the wall. Much needed 20 bucks. Trying to get me back on the right path. So 42 plus a ball through 4. Back on the head pin, hoping this flattens out, which it does. I'll take the 8 fill. I've been struggling with fills all day, so that's much needed. And obviously on this one here, I want to be on the right side of the tape to drive this one straight back. Yeah. Boy, after a crappy pair of 6s, 3 marks in a row to get me back into the string here. 60 plus a ball at the half, and I'll take it. Don't ask me what that whole pose and everything like that meant when I shot, because there's really not a lot that's running through my head that makes sense when I'm bowling. But Lou finds himself, despite a decent start, looking uphill here at the end as he's got a 55 half, but I'm at 60 plus. That ball's going to run itself across the head pin, punch through the 2 hole. He's left with the 1, 3, 6 on the right and the 4 and the 7 over there to the left. No wood to help. Just short of his target. Going to punch the 3 out of there. I hate stuff like this because, again, you want to hit the head pin, but that's a large amount of space on either side of it. And that's exactly it, unfortunately. Just misses the head pin. He's going to settle for his 6 bucks. 61 through 6 as he's trying to right his ship and get back on track here. So far averaging just over 108.7 through the match. And that's a shame. Perfectly good ball. Just left with crap. 5-10 woodless split.
Cut it! Oh!
Woo! Thought he had a chance of making the cut. That's tough too, especially, as a righty throwing at the 5-10. It's like a lefty throwing at the 5-7. You have to get across the pin to cut it, and that's just garbage. It'll be an 8 box. 69 with 3 to go. And I am thinking in my head of, trying to get to 600, but then I start out with a pair of 6s and sabotage my own plans. Lou's going to be off the head pin again, this time still in the 2-4 area. Leaves the 4 horse down the right-hand side in the 7-pin post. He's got a piece of wood out in front of it. And it's his turn to absolutely clobber the head pin out of there. I tell you, it's the beauty of Sparetime. It's such a great house to bowl at, but man, the amount of solid chops you get here is pretty spectacular. It'll be a 7, just a 7. 76 with a pair to go. I think the frustration's getting to him a bit. You can't give it any rent. And there he is. He's on the head pin and rewarded yet again. His 4th split in 5 head pin hits in this string. That is split number 19 on the day. And that's a good example of, how I talk about how heavy the pins feel here. That double stack pretty much didn't move. It stopped his ball. Get an interesting 2 out of that for a 9. Gets that pin to come out of the little plastic gutter insert there. So 85. Let's get a mark, Lou. Let's put over 100. Come on. Alrighty. Finally doesn't get a split. Just a 3-pin. Annihilates it.
Alright, load it up.
That is spare number 10 on the day for Lou. To go with 3 strikes and 7 tens. Decent fill, so he did manage to break 100 on that. That's a good example of just not giving up on a string when it's fighting you. 103, so that'll leave him with 111.7 average on the day. Is that right? I don't know that that's right. Hang on one second. Let me make sure that stat is right. It might be. Or I might be just doing something wrong. But anyways, a 542 should be 108.4. Oh, that's 111.7 is his coming in. Sorry, I'm stupid. As I get ready to fire away. So we ended up with 108.4 average on the day, 542. 3 strikes, 10 spares, 7 tens, 49 pins left standing, 30 head pins out of 50, but 19 of them were splits, and that's a high percentage. A couple of splits above average at least. I continue to put on a clinic on how not to fill a friggin' spare. I hate myself. Chopping through the 2-hole. This time it's the opposite banana, right? The 4 horse down the right-hand side, the 4 and the 7. Oh! I thought I had that. Really thought I had that. Good ball at it. Just got the wrap around off the side, but not enough to come out and get that 4. Right on it for the 10. 74 through 6. I need 30 pins to take the string and go 12-2. Guarantee myself at least 10-4 with 12 more pins.
You're on a roll here, kid.
Uh-huh. So I have wood at play here, but the same box, I think, that Lou had left the 5-10. I've got the 5-7, and I don't really like this wood. I don't think that if I hit it low, I don't think I'm going to get the 5 and the 7. I think I'm going to try to get over to the cap. I think I end up telling myself to try to hit the cap to push that front piece of wood off to the right. We'll see what happens. And I hit it pretty much straight on at the top and just yeeted the hell out of town. So Still looking at a naked 5-7 here. And I'll just face the 5-pin. So it's a 9-box, 83. Again, with 3 pins, I'll take the match. 21, I'll take the string. But I want as many as I can get here. I'm greedy and trying to throw a decent average in this league, so we'll see what happens. Up. All right, there we go. Second strike of the string. Really solid pocket hit. Getting the push off the wall, my 5th strike of the match. 93 plus a pair through 8, and unfortunately for Lou, things are not looking good. All I need is 5 pins here to lock it up. Couldn't quite get up to the head pin there. Just not a good day of aiming for me, leaving the 4-horse down the left-hand side, the post out to the right. See if I can clean it up. Ah, Christ. A 6-fill on a strike. Woo! What talent! As I just absolutely clobber the head pin out of there. I think Lou had done the same thing this string as well. I'm telling you, these lanes will give you a fight, and I like that about it. Blowing up the wing. It'll be a 9. 108 with a box to go. Things are settled. It'll be 12-2. But I want as many pins as I can get here. I really do. All right. A half Worcester to the right. Son of a... There we go.
You know you have to thread that.
I'm not done filling spares poorly yet. Thank you, Larry. Yeah, it's crazy. I can't believe what my record is right now, because after this, what was I, 70 and 14 coming in, so 82 and 16, I would never. Look at this garbage fill. It's a 4-box, 4-fill. Well, there we go. All things said and done, the difference in the game might have been splits. You know, Lou had 8 more splits than I did. He was 30 out of 50 on the head pin. I was 28 out of 50 on the head pin. He had 19 splits. I had 11. I pinned a little bit better. I left, 9 fewer pins on the plate. I out-10'd him 13-7. I had 5 strikes to his 3, 13 spares to his 10. But in the end, it was just a 579 to 542. Not a huge gap. But unfortunately for Lou, he'll go to 34 and 64, and somehow I'll be at 82 and 16, which just I can't. I'm sure I'll get put in my place before long. So we'll get the handshake here with Lou. Get this out of the way because it was a fun time bowling against him. I'm gonna shut up, and I'll give you guys my instant replays. And I just need to click the audio on that, and we will call it a day. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Oh, and that went. It's hard. Like these pins in this lane. Oh, look at this go! Both of you. There you go. Just like that. Shouldn't jinx myself, but this should be a spare, right? Sure is. I don't know where the ball in the 8 with the split. Now he's got the 9 and the 10. I do like the wood, but when you have you get a double set like that, you never know. Oh, clean. Absolutely. On the floor. Interesting. All right, the 1-5 and everything left of it.
There it is. Oh.
Triangle 3. Thank you, Craig. There it is. Finally get some wood in between them. So this is pretty much, this should be pretty automatic if I can just hit that 2-pin. If. There you go.
Nice ball.
Oh yeah, that's a couple of times he's had. Oh, what a comeback. Put that 6 out of your mind. 2 sticks in front of it. So this is almost automatic. Again, just hit the 3-pin. Boom. From the red line on that pin to the high side, this should go. I mean, probably even on the low side, but stay to the left. And there we are. Up nice and high. There you go. Gonna make Lou have to work to play catch up. Well, I'll take that. But again, one of those no doubters. He's got the wood in front. Kind of extends the target area from about 6 inches. On the right.
Blow it.
Oh, absolutely crushed. 10, 5, 10. Just blowing it. Well, maybe not so much. Is this going to be the worst looking replay? He's got the 10 post over to the side, so get it on the low side, right side of the red. Carry it. Yeah. Just to be out of the way. All right, working on the fill. Oh, I robbed Lou out of a strike, and this is no exception. Just drop it out there and push it across. Light of that red stripe and very heavy. There we go. Right? Yeah, you see me telling it. Shoot right. Shoot to the right. I want it to be to the right of that front stick.
Get up there. Yeah!
Yeah! What? A giant steaming pile of... Never mind. We're back. Hopefully I can hit this right and drive it in. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take right side of the tape to drive this one straight back. Yeah. Just the 3-pin. Annihilates it. Up. All right, there we go. There we go.